parents, let's be honest for a second. Do y'all get tired? Like, do you all like get sick and tired? And I'm only asking that because I feel like we do all the things. We go to the end of the earth for our kids when they're involved in sports, when they're involved in any activity really, and we don't get enough thank yous. And I don't do it for the thank yous. I know we don't, but a lot of the times we are going above and beyond for our kids. Like, I mean, above and beyond. We are doing all the things that I'm sure a lot of parents did not do for them when they were growing up and when they were doing sports. Like, I know my parents were very involved to an extent. Like, they came to the game, they signed me up, they came to the games, you know, they did, and they gave me exactly what I needed to. But as far as all the things that we do now for our kids, like, my parents weren't doing all that, like driving them from here to there, everywhere, and for just almost nothing sometimes. And, you know, and the kid having an attitude, sitting in the passenger seat with an attitude, or, you know, them telling you things at the very last minute and knowing that you're going to fuss about it and you're going to talk to them about it over and over again, but they're still going to give you the attitude and they're still going to continue to do it. And guess what we're going to do? Continue to do it for them because we're making them rotten and spoiling them. But for me, I feel like the payoff is greater because we are making memories. We're helping them to make their memories of a lifetime that they won't ever forget. They will be able to look back on the memories that they have created and the friends that they've made and the things that they have been through and the accomplishments. And, you know, they will thank us eventually. But now I think being a sports parent is a thankless freaking job. I think the only time that we get recognition really is when somebody says, now thank your parents for supporting you this season. And then they clap and whatever. But normally when you're riding that bratty kid in the passenger seat and you're running them over to Chick-fil-A or you're stopping at Dick's or Academy getting last minute items because they've left something at home and you're not going back home. Okay. It's really thankless. And again, I know I don't do it for the thank yous from them, but sometimes it would be nice for them to acknowledge all of the hard work that we put in as well. We may not be the athlete on the field, but we make it possible for them to be on the field or in the arena or on the court or on the stage or whatever it may be. And I talk to my kids a lot about these things. And when they are giving me attitude and they're seeming like they're being ungrateful or overly entitled, I stop and I have to check them and I have to let them know, hey, first of all, I'm from Norfolk, Virginia, first and foremost. And I have to remind them that sometimes I gotta take it back. You know, sometimes I gotta remind their ass that, sometimes I have to remind them that it ain't like that. Get yourself together and be appreciative of what I'm doing because I don't have to do it. Because I could be like my mama and be like, I'm not doing it and I'm just not doing it and I'm not going to do it. And then everybody going to be mad when I blow the spot up. But I try not to be like that. I try not to be that way to the kids because I feel like, they deserve it. They work hard and I want my kids to have all the fun. I want them to do all the things that I didn't get a chance to do. Even if I did get a chance to do it, I still want them to experience all the things, right? So, and that keeps them busy. That keeps them out of trouble. That keeps them from thinking about things to do that they're not supposed to be doing. So, yeah, I had to be honest for a minute. And sometimes I will go off. Sometimes I will be like, hold up. Chill out, because at the end of the day, it's us who work hard to make sure you can be here. It's me who's checking your bag to make sure you have your cleats. It's me who's making sure you have no-show socks and your cheer shoes. It is me, okay, and my spouse who's making sure that y'all have everything. All the drip that you may want, all the extra swag that you need, buying $50, $80, $90, $100 sweatshirts to support you from the school store or from the pro shop for cheer. Like, we do all the things and we go above and beyond for our children. And a lot of the times I just don't think that they appreciate it. And quite frankly, that makes me mad because they are very, very much a lot more smarter than what we were when we were growing up. They have access to a lot more things and they know a lot of things. And I think that as a millennial parent, we've been through a lot already ourselves and we had to be a little bit more mature. And I think when our kids came around, we wanted to take them and coddle them and spoil them to death so they wouldn't have to be as grown up as we were, And so, yeah, I had to get that out. That was my little rant because I feel like, a lot of the times we just don't get the thank yous and we don't get the, my son now, he will just out of nowhere, he will come and he will hug me and he will love me. And, especially if I am fussing about something and I seem to be annoyed, or it seems like he knows when he has like pissed me off. He knows when what the shit that he did when I'm gonna fly in the daytime, or the attitude he gave me or something he said. Or if I say, hey, I'm not your bro, be respectful to me. Don't speak to me that way. Or when the tone is not right and I'm like, hold on, because who you talking to? Sometimes they get beside themselves. And I think that, I will shut the conversation down and I'll move on from it. And I'll go about my way and I will give you the okay. And then he will come in later in the evening and he'll give me a little hug, or he'll like come and get in the bed and just kind of like be a mama's boy or whatever for a minute to kind of make me feel better. So those are the moments when I know that like everything I've done is just all worthwhile, because I know that they love me. I know that they do truly appreciate it. They just don't always show it because they're kids and they get on my nerves as much as I get on their nerves. So, I say that to say, like, sometimes we just have to step back and be honest, because at the end of the day, if we're not honest with ourselves and our feelings, it will drive us crazy. Like, we will literally be in a space of, a space where we're trying to get out of generally in life. Who wants to live without peace? Who wants to live with toxicity or bad feelings or keeping the stress bottled up inside of you because you can't say what you feel? I make it a habit to let what I feel be known. And so when I'm frustrated or I feel like my kids are just out of the way and out of the pocket, like I literally am having conversations with them. I am pressing them. I am making them talk to me. I'm like, tell me what's going on. Tell me how you feeling, who did it and why. And if I did it, let's talk about it. Let's talk about our feelings. Let's get the crap out and let's move forward, because we ain't gonna have a good day if you got an attitude, because then I'm gonna have an attitude, and then the clash of the titans gonna happen, and then we just gonna go back home and ain't nobody gonna do nothing. So yeah, be honest with yourself, parents. When you had enough, you had a damn enough. Let them kids know when they're being ungrateful. Let them kids know when they are freaking being entitled little brats and that they are being rude and that you ain't feeling it. Let their tails know. And then we can all heal and we can get better. We can go get some Starbucks and we can be on about our day. And then when they get to their game or their event, they won't have any stress on them. You won't have any stress on you. And, you know, everybody's day will be great, you know?